Together with environmental, social, and mental ecology, we have integral ecology. As the word states, it seeks to integrate all things. Because the Earth is a planet. It is a celestial body among billions and billions of other bodies. It is the third planet in our solar system. Our Sun, among the other 200 billion suns within the Milky Way, which is a single galaxy among 100 billion other galaxies. And our solar system is located 29,000 light-years from the center of the galaxy in the inner part of the Orion Arm. A tiny, minuscule speck of a dot. That's where we are. And thinking about all this, and feeling united together in all this. So the Earth is part of a whole, and man is a microcosm, a miniature of the entire cosmos. Because all the elements from which the universe is made also come together to form the building blocks of our own bodies. And this happened some 13.7 billion years ago. Today, we know how old the universe is. Because scientists discovered a murmur that originates from all parts of the world, a very slight noise that is the final echo of the great explosion that occurred measuring the light emanating from the farthest stars. An explosion that happened 13.7 billion years ago. The event we call the Big Bang. There was a minuscule point of matter, thousands of times smaller than the head of a needle, but loaded with energy and matter. We were all at one time within that point, united, like a highly condensed little family. And all of a sudden, that tiny speck of matter inflated until it reached the size of a ball, then it exploded. That was the beginning of the expansion of the universe. Gases were formed and then condensed. The humongous red giants were formed, and those are important because they acted like furnaces, in which all the little building blocks were formed that make up all the beings in the universe. And that's to say, oxygen, iron, sulfur, gold, all the elements that make up the stars, our bodies too, and our complete existence. So you can say at one point we were all in the heart of the giant stars. So we are cosmic beings, and we should never forget that we are part of that whole. Curiously, ancient indigenous peoples, like our native Indians, the Yanomamis, the Tupis Guaranis, and others, share a culture of connectivity with the universe. They share a bond of brotherhood with the stars, sons and daughters of the sun. We have lost that connection. We must get it back because all of the modern sciences, cosmology, astrophysics, they show us that we are part of the whole. Now, man has something uniquely his own, of which only he is aware. The horse has no conscience. The garden cat has no conscience. We humans have an awareness that we are connected to all this. And when that consciousness is awakened within us, the first emotion to come to the surface is a sense of reverence and respect for the grandeur of the universe. We are tiny, but we possess awareness, intelligence, love. With thought, we inhabit the stars, even the most distant stars. So we are unique beings in the wide universe. And with that sense of respect comes that surge of reverence. And the big question, how are all of these things connected? How is it that there is no chaos, that the stars don't fall from above and crash down on our heads? So the scientists have told us that the universe is supported by 4 energies, 4 forces. Gravitational, which attracts all beings so they do not repel each other. electromagnetic, which generates chemical combinations, weak nuclear energy that holds the atom and its electrons together, and strong nuclear energy that produces radiation and lights up the entire universe. So these four energies support all things, the most distant galaxy and our very own bodies. So we are all united by these forces. And as a result, we make up a single great cosmos. But man, because he is a spiritual being, questions this and asks, how did this all come about? What was there before it all? What was there before the Big Bang, before that little point of energy? It was not nothing, because nothing can come from nothing. What came before was mystery. It was the inexpressible. It was that transfusion of energy the scientists call the quantum vacuum, but has nothing to do with a vacuum because it is full of energy from which everything emerged and towards which everything returns. That energy is essential to every being, to every universe, to every one of us, that gives us life, causes us to breathe, think, and love. This energy has the characteristics that religions attribute as the wellspring from which all beings come, which is God. So underlying all was this mystery. We have no name for it, so that's why it's better to remain silent than to speak. But we perceive that things are not random. They form a network of relationships. Everything is linked to everything, which makes us think that this reality that supports everything is also a network of relationships, be it love, communion, and that man can make contact with that reality. He can establish a dialogue, feel the strength from within. When we talk about enthusiasm, the term enthusiasm in its philology means to have a God within. So this enthusiasm that pushes us to work, that makes us live, that drives us to love, is the presence of an internal God within us and all things. So the heart of the stone, the heart of the plant, our heart, and the heart of God join as a single great heart. So man is not lost within the universe. He can be found within it with other great brothers and sisters that form the great cosmic community, the great family of God. And we exist so that one day we may shine. If we are born in the heart of the great stars, that means that we are born to live and to shine, even in suffering, even in the face of difficulty. But man's vocation is to shine, to radiate, because it is the grand design of the universe and the Creator's will.